worry. Worry is such an interesting thing. I definitely used to worry a lot. I probably still spend a fair amount of time worrying, but I will say that it's gotten a lot better over the years since I've applied some of these tools, tricks, techniques, whatever you want to call them. So I think that oftentimes worry, we can go into it and a couple of things. It either can feel productive. I think for some people, sure, worry can start off feeling innocent and even productive because in your mind you're thinking, of course you're thinking, but you're thinking like, well, I'm preparing, I'm planning, like I'm just being a prepared person. This is normal, and it is up to an extent. Like we're gonna talk about that in my upcoming Worry Less, Smile More workshop. But yeah, so you can come into worry with like good intent and just be like, I mean, this is just normal. Like I'm just planning, it's fine. But we get stuck there. We get stuck there a lot. And the thing is, the mind is always going to wander and think. That is the mind's job. The brain's superpower is thinking and planning and preparing and thus worrying. And so if we don't know that there's another way, we're going to keep getting stuck there. And here's the thing about worry. Absolutely, certainly, there are aspects of worry that can help you plan and prepare for things. But what we know is that oftentimes if we're getting stuck there, you will often feel a sense of increased anxiousness, overwhelm, discomfort, doom. You're going to feel these increased feelings when you're just worrying too much, when the worrying becomes to the point where it's no longer helpful. And that's where it becomes problematic. To be honest, if you're watching this, maybe worry has even gotten so problematic that maybe sometimes your worry turns into knots in your stomach. So you're trying not to worry, but you're always kind of worrying. It can really lead to a lot of issues. So in this Worry Less, Smile More workshop, I'm going to be sharing some of the tips, techniques, and tools that I use personally, but also that I've used with hundreds of occupational therapy clients. So people who have been dealing with high stress, they're dealing with anxiety, maybe anxiety, depression, maybe they have just a history of a tough background, and that's why they kind of incessantly worry. Either way, whatever that is, I have tried these different options. I have an anxiety management specialist certification. I've also built a process on how to like shift through and move through emotions. I've done these things. I'm passionate about these things because I just simply feel like we can too often get stuck in worry, and then worry can rob us from enjoying the small moments of life. And I don't want that for you. I want you to be able to enjoy life to the fullest of your ability. And I know that we can just get too often stuck in worry. And there are ways through it. We can get through that worry. It oftentimes is going to include like sitting down, really doing like a brain dump. So getting out all your worries, brain dumping that down, and then figuring out what's in my control, what's not in my control, and then how do I get off the worry channel. So if you could use some of these helpful tips, check out my Worry Less, Smile More workshop. I'm super excited to share it with you. There are in-person and virtual options. Message me if you have any questions.